Hello and welcome to this new video. We'll be doing a bit of commentary on something interesting that happened to me during a battle over Saipan, I think. I'm playing as American and with a P36A, I think. And there's a Japanese on my tail. So I've seen this guy before, I saw him on my tail before, but I have a bit of a hard time tracking him on my tail because it's below the tail. So I just make sure that I keep enough speed to stay ahead of him. Still trying to see him behind the seat here, pulling the nose a bit in order to see him. I don't want to do too much of that because that would make me lose speed, and I definitely don't want to have this guy come close to me in this situation. Pulling some more to try to see him, but I still can't see him. But he's still there, as you can see. He's following me, probably going as fast as he can. And he's not shooting yet because he's not close enough, I think. He wants to have a clear shot before he tries. So he's just following me, waiting for me to do a mistake, I guess. And a mistake is exactly what I'm going to do soon. So here I'm going up and turning around, and when I do that in a way that exposes me to his guns for a very short time. It's a good thing that I had quite an angle here. He's using his radar to try to follow me, and it's not quite following, but he still manages to hit me with one bullet. Of course this bullet ruins everything for me. It lands into my engine and puts a oil stain on my windshield. It's not the worst case of oil stain. I've had worse than that, but it's definitely going to be hard to fight. So at this point I do the right thing. I go up, loop around, and come back onto my enemy on his 6. At this point I can see him here. I can track him. But I lose track of him pretty soon. Sadly, it's not easy seeing against the trees, and I know approximately where he is, but at this point I'm not so interested anymore because well, there's a lot of things happening here. So my enemy escapes to the right, and at this point I have to decide what do I do. I saw him go to the right actually, so I'm considering following him for a little moment there. But with this engine, which might die on me anytime now, I decided it's probably safer to just go home. The problem at home here is that I don't have any home. We don't have any airfield yet. We haven't captured anything, so the only home I have is the carriers, and I have an aircraft which is not equipped with a hook, so it's going to be a pretty interesting landing. I don't have any damage on my aircraft beside the engine, so the only problem here is visibility, but otherwise the engine is still working, and the wings are fine too. So I go over the carrier that I want to land on, a moving one that will make things easier. And as I turn over it, I notice the direction where it's aiming. I think it was going for 290 degrees, so I initiate the first turn, and I should come out of this turn as I'm heading for 110 degrees, I think. So the goal of this first turn here is to lose speed. I have reduced the throttle, and when the speed comes down below 300 kilometers an hour, I take out the landing gear. And at this point I will slow down even faster. And when I reach 250 kilometers an hour, I will take out the landing flaps. Now I'm looking for the carrier to appear just behind my left wing. I actually turn a little bit early here because I know I'm not going very fast. So I initiate the last turn, and the goal of this last turn is to bring me to the right final approach on the carrier. Right altitude, right speed, and right angle of attack, right angle of approach. Things are made a little bit more difficult here because I don't have because of the old stain. So it's a good thing here that I have the carrier on my left, unobstructed by the stain. It makes it a bit easier to approach it this way than doing a straight approach, I think. So initially it looked like I was pretty high and I would have a very steep approach angle, but actually because the carrier is moving, it's not that bad. So it's a good thing if your gut feeling is telling you that you are too high when you try to land the carrier. So now I have you can see the final turn here, the last part of the turn from a different angle from the carrier. It's important to come at the right position and the right speed and have the right parameters for the final landing. So the problem here is how am I going to stop? I don't have a hook, so the arresting cables will not be any help for me. So what I'm planning to do actually is to retract the landing gear at the last moment and do a belly landing. That should slow me down enough to avoid falling in the water. We'll see how that goes. This is a side view which illustrates what I said about the approach angle. Might look like it's pretty steep, but it's actually getting shallower and shallower as I get closer to the carrier. So at this point here, I'm approaching the carrier a little bit too high, you might think. I'm landing actually at somewhere near the middle section. And as I see that the carrier is below the aircraft, I simply I don't cut down the engine entirely, but I reduce the throttle significantly, and that brings me down pretty quickly on the carrier. Here you see how the aircraft sink. Well, the aircraft sinks suddenly when I notice that I'm over the carrier. And here is the side view, the approach seen from the side, which shows that I don't know exactly what is the angle here, but it looks pretty shallow to me. And that was it. I'm no kill, sadly, in this video, but I'm pretty proud of this this little escape and landing that I managed to do. That actually won us the game, because I managed to survive until the end, and we had an advantage in the number of tickets left. That was it for today. Thank you for watching, and bye. See you another time maybe.